The United States is in a civil war, and I think most Americans don't perceive that. Can you tell us what you mean by that?
Well, what I mean by a civil war, I should say a type of civil war, right? And what I mean is that there are irreconcilable differences that each side is willing to fight for in order to get the outcomes that they want. And that in that environment, the issues of how does the legal system work? Is that going to stand in the way of that fight? Or is there going to be a fight that will make the cause more important than anything? So that's the type of situation that we're in. And those gaps, we understand there's wealth and values gaps that are entering into this. This is, we've seen this through history. So where that goes is a different question, but we are in that type of civil war, are we not?
Clearly we are. Clearly we are. How are they resolved? I mean, clearly they can be resolved through violence, but what are the other ways you resolve the kind of conflict we have?
Normally, they're resolved through conflict because you get to the point where both sides can't reach agreements. Both sides don't even want to talk. Both sides don't want to respect the rule of the law. So when we're dealing with things like sanctuary city issues and we're dealing with enforceability, who has the enforceability? Okay, and you almost have to play out. Okay, enforceability means police forces and such things.
Right, people with guns,
people with guns and, causes that just because the legal thing says they shouldn't do that, that's not going to stand in the way. We have that kind of a situation. So we are probably past the point of being able to resolve that by compromise and empathy and all of that. So normally it goes that way. I mean, the only thing that can be done is to have the fear of that create a necessity for having another path. Like we were talking about the debt situation.
Yes.
So can there be a fiscal commission that gets together and then achieves those things or not? I think it's unlikely. I think we're going to more fragmentation. States, there are some states and other states, I think you're going to see more fragmentation. And so, but, it's like this dynamic through history. This isn't the first time this happened. This happens repeatedly through history. And usually, it runs its course.
So the way our leaders in the United States have dealt with it over the past 30 years has just been to ignore it.